So tell me, will Band Baja Bride Season 3 win more awards than Season 2?
Yes, definitely. But I also see Band Baja Season 3 facing a lot of competition. But yes, your team would succeed and Season 3 would win many more awards.
Starting to like this. Okay, second question. Will I ever get a raise? Actually, will both of us ever get a raise? See, interesting question.
Yes, to be honest, for Ambika, I do see movement, I do see change. I see her doing something completely different, maybe something like a travel show. And for you, unfortunately, I do not see a raise as of now.
See, I already knew my future. So, with me getting no raises and financial crunches, will Ambika Mata ever get serious? Like, will I get to work a little less for so little money?
I'm sorry, but Bharat, I think we need to get going. We could have got a tarot card reading any other day. As much as I love it, but you do have a bride waiting.
Ambika, now that you're so adamant, why don't you meet our next Band Baja Bride Dulhan, Manya, right here in front of you, who in fact is a professional tarot card reader.
Bharat, you're terrible.
You need to start taking me a little more seriously. Well, Manya, yet again, welcome to TVZ's Band Baja Bride Season 3.
Thank you.
So let's find out more about you.
Sure.
Come, let's go sit there. It's awesome. You're 34 and a professional tarot card reader. How cool is that?
Yeah, I've been practicing tarot for 8 years now. It has been an incredible journey. It's absolutely amazing to have people come to you with your problems and you provide them a solution. In fact, I've even written a book on tarot. It's called Calling the Cards. I regularly write articles for various newspapers. I even predicted a future of every zodiac sign for the year 2013. And yeah, it's been amazing.
So, is there more to you, Manya, than just being a tarot card reader? I mean, something that we need to know, we must know.
Yes, basically I'm also a management consultant. I work in a multinational firm and we deliver learning solutions. In fact, I started my career as a teacher and I'm still very passionate about teaching. So there's this small organization called Udyam Prayas and they are underprivileged children and we teach various subjects.
I'm compelled to bring this up here, Manya, but we are aware, of a certain medical condition that you had earlier in life.
I was born with a hole in my heart, but at the age of 11, I had an open heart surgery and now I'm completely fine. I think my parents are my biggest support because they are the ones who really encouraged and motivated me about everything. They never made me feel that I had an ailment, I had a problem, and thanks to them, I'm today a very strong and independent adult. In fact, I should tell you at this point that I have a page on a social networking site called People with a Heart.
So your page basically tries to kind of make people more aware and broad-minded
Yes,
about...
basically it is dedicated to people with congenital heart defects and the why I started it is because I wanted to sensitize people. I think there are lots of girls who've had medical ailments and they try to hide it because they feel that they would be rejected or they're not good enough, even probably for marriage. All I need to tell those girls is that in today's day and age, every problem has a solution. So just have confidence, have faith in yourself, and if you have the right attitude and mindset, nobody can make you feel underconfident or make you feel rejected.
So here we have a bride with a corporate profile, understands her social responsibilities and is a professional tarot card reader. Quite a combination we have here, Ambika. Now when I use the word combination, a bell rings in my head that we're sitting here with our bride, so there obviously has to be a groom. The combination, right? So tell us about this gentleman in your life whom you're going to be getting married with. Yes?
Yes, his name is Shaleen Sharma and he works in the same office as I do and we're in this similar field. although we've known each other for 3 years, it was only last year that I realized that I had feelings for him.
Eventually, as time passed by, I realized she's a nice and fantastic person. And there's something that I always believed. I thought Manya deserves somebody who's really nice, rich, good looking, pretty handsome. And I thought before Manya finds a person like that, let me just stop her and marry her myself. So one fine day, I walked up to her. I think it was an office get together, and we were all out there with friends. And eventually I just walked up to Manya and asked her, Manya, will you marry me? She didn't really say yes or no. She simply said, okay. And I think probably that was one of the best okays in my life.
So he proposed to me, and right 15 days after that, he had to travel on a project to Mongolia, and he's been there ever since. So it's basically a long distance relationship.
So Manya, you had this problem when you were 11 years old. It doesn't exist anymore, but have you shared it with Charlene, and what was his reaction?
Yes, in fact, even he did not know for quite some time, and once I was just writing something about the page and he asked me, how do you know so much about people with congenital heart defects? And I'm like, yeah, because I was born with one. But yes, he told me that if I love a girl, I love everything about her, so he had no problem.
Extremely impressive, I have to say.
Ambika, that makes me a little inquisitive now that we have our bride here, sitting right in front of you. Any makeovers that you have planned? What's in store?
Bharat, two quick things as I look at her. One is her gummy smile, and I think the other is we could add more style to her hair. So maybe a new haircut?
Yes, I think that would be wonderful. I can definitely go with some style. And Ambika, one more thing that bothers me is that I feel that I have too many moles on my face. So maybe if you guys could do something about that.
Well, some call it beauty spots, but if they bother you, we will definitely do something about it.
Perfect.
Because we are here to take care of everything that bothers our bride. So Ambika, in the order or the scheme of things, what comes first?
I think the wedding lehenga,
Oh, I think that would be wonderful.
and that calls for a meeting with Sabyasachi.
My makeover journey started by meeting Sabyasachi at the Karma store. I almost felt like a little girl lost in a candy shop because I was so awed by his work. There were so many colors, the lehengas were so splendid, so beautiful that I just wish I could stay my whole life just in that store. This is such a pretty color.
Purple, you amuse me. I thought you will be all sweet and pink.
No, but purple is associated with tarot. That's why
Really?
I just love it.
And how is it associated with tarot?
So purple has always been associated with magic and anything mystical or occult.
Right.
I felt extremely lucky, and I think it's only on Band Baja Bride that I can get the designer's personal attention in this manner.
So shall we discuss the lehenga now? So what is your lehenga going to look like?
I think it's going to be red, gold.
Red and gold, very imaginative. You have a very heightened sense of imagination.
Yes, but I also want pink in it because pink is my favorite color.
Okay.
And maybe a little bit of orange or yellow thrown in.
But do you have an image in your head? Have you seen some of my work?
Yes, I saw the lehenga Janelia wore, like that was a Sabyasachi lehenga.
Yeah, she wore a red velvet lehenga of mine. Yes. So what do you like about that lehenga?
I really like that vertical design. I think it
Kali, it's called a Kali.
Yeah, the kali.
It gives you height.
Yes, height, and I think it gives you a nice A-line, which looks awesome.
I'm going to ask you another question. Are you a traditionalist?
Yes.
So you want to do that whole ritual of covering your head and wearing your dupatta
Yes.
and gota.
Yes.
Do you want some kirna on your dupatta?
I would love that.
Okay, you want some kirna in your dupatta. Special people always get special treatment from us, and at TVZ's Band Baja Bride, we make sure that we go that extra mile to make their dreams come true. Manya wanted a beautiful Technicolor lehenga, so we decided that we would take her to Kinari Bazaar where I could source some material for her and customize a lehenga that would be befitting of the brave girl that she is. And we have to make it back in time because on our return, we're going to meet with a very special person from
Okay.
TVZ, which is going to do your wedding jewelry.
Wow, that sounds awesome.
Exotic and awesome.
Yes.
Which girl can resist jewelry? Come, let's go.
Sabyasachi and I had an amazing time at Chandni Chowk. We went on a cycle rickshaw ride through the by-lanes of Chandni Chowk, and we actually stopped at a shop where we sourced our gota for my wedding lehenga.
I wanted to ask you कि आपके इधर पुराना गोटा मिलता है लंपी?
हाँ सर मिलता है ना.
जरा दिखाइएगा. You know, lumpy is basically a flat gota which you can use just as a border. You know, in Rajasthan you get it in all your lehengas. This is something that they have crimped patterns on. So what you can do this, you can use it just as a border, or you can give a backing to it and cut them into interesting shapes and stitch them onto clothes. Lumpy and gota patti ka kaam is one of the most oldest traditional form of work in India.
Okay.
ये तो भाई आपका artificial है.
सर ये आर्टिफिशियल है बट कलर के लिए दिखाया.
See if you can see the consistency and the texture. This is artificial, but this is real, which means it's done with zari, and this is done with lurex. But you can get this gota in this antique finish also, and maybe I'll get something like this. And
That will look nice.
I would love to do something with gota because you're a Punjabi girl and Punjabis love gota. What a magical place Chandni Chowk was. It's hectic, busy, bustling, only as a market in India can be. But what was very, very special and dear to me was the fact that I was sharing a day with a girl who had gone through such adversities, and a girl who had kept her spirit alive to make sure that she would get married one day and she was going to wear a Sabyasachi lehenga.